Hello, I'm going to show you how to make the circular plate with the holes. I'm not going to go through too much in the holes menu, but if you would like to learn more about the holes menu yourself, you can find my other video. So we're here in Autodesk Inventor. We want to start a new part file. We want an English template, standard inches.ipt, create. We're going to start a 2D sketch. And as usual, I'm starting in the XY plane. First thing that we want to do with the holes is to create this large circle and then extrude it this distance. Now, I know there's a lot of numbers. It can be hard to find it, but here is our diameter that we're looking for of 4 inches and an extrusion of 1.5 inches. So we're going to start a circle on the origin point, click to place, pull that out, and we're going to give it a diameter of 4 inches. We're going to finish our sketch. We're going to extrude a distance of 1.5 inches. Hit OK. All right. The next thing that we want to do is lay out this construction line circle and the points for it. So we need hole centers. So if you notice that this has a diameter of 2.5 inches. So we're going to come over here. We're going to start a new sketch on the surface. We are going to use the construction line. And we're going to select that first so that this circle that we're about to draw here is going to be a construction line circle. And we're going to start that once again on the center point and give it a diameter of 2.5 inches. All right. I'm going to hit escape to back out of the tool. Now, if you notice, this is a construction line. If you forgot to do that and just do a regular circle, let me show you what you can do. If you click this, if you select this line, you can use construction to turn it on and off. All right? It's one thing you can do. If you did not start these circles on the center point, you want to make sure that they are concentric or they have the same center point. So you would select concentric, click here, and then here. All right? And now I have concentric circles. All right? Next, we need a point. And we're just going to put our point right here at the top. And I'm going to hit escape. Now, once again, the point can be kind of hard to see, but there it is. All right? I'm going to do a circular pattern because we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 center points. So circular pattern, select the geometry of this point, select the axis we want to rotate it around, this circle, the number of points, 5, and now we hit OK. And as you can see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points. So we're going to finish our sketch. All right? So we're ready to go there. Now, we got to create the holes. And where we're going to create the holes, we're going to start with the through hole. But our menu, or if you click this Inventor 2018 menu, it's going to show you how to set up our through hole. So now that we do that, I can select hole. Notice that it selects all of them, which we don't need. If I hold Control, as it highlights those center points, I can now deselect holes. So let's get our hole menu set up the way that we want it to for this very first through hole. A center, we have a through hole, 0.25 inches through all. So a diameter of 0.25 inches, this termination distance through all, and we are doing just a regular hole. We're going to hit OK. Now notice that our sketch is consumed and all of our other points have disappeared. We need to bring those back up by turning on the sketch visibility. So what we want to do is go to the feature that consumed the sketch. In this case, it's going to be the hole. Click the drop down, you see the sketch 2. Right click and click visibility right here to turn the visibility back on. Now let me show you kind of my preferred method of making the hole. Instead of just clicking hole and letting them all highlight, select only the hole that you want to create. Now we're going to click hole. Let's go to the next one, a counterbore. So counterbores, countersinks, those are used to offset, say, a hex head or a screw head into the hole so that it sits flush with the surface. But anyway, we're going to set it up just like this. This is our counterbore, 0.75 inch counterbore diameter and a 0.25 inch counterbore depth. So counterbore, 0.75 inch counterbore diameter, 0.25 inch counterbore depth. Here is the screw hole, the hole diameter of 0.375 inches. All right. And the hole type is just a simple hole. So we're going to hit OK. All right. Select our next hole, next center point, and create another hole. Let's go to our next one. This is going to be a countersink hole. This is for screws. Notice the angle. So instead of setting a diameter and depth, we're setting a diameter and angle. This is going to be a countersink, which is right here. 0.75 inch angle, 82 degree diameter. It's going to be a 0.357 inch screw hole. All right. And once again, this is just a regular hole right there. Our termination is still through all, so that's going to go through the entire object. You can set it to stop at specific distances. All right. Let's select our next point. Choose hole again. This situation, we're going to create a tapped hole. All right. So a tapped hole is a threaded hole that uses screw threads. All right. And let's just start regular here of a regular hole. And now we're going to create a tapped hole right here. And that's going to bring up another menu. We're not going to actually get to choose the diameter. It's going to be done for us when we choose the thread type. So we have an NC, unified screw threads. NC is just a type of standard. Let's go check our size. A 0.25 class 1B, 1/4 inch -20 UNC. So we're going to go 2B, what was it? 0.25 diameter, class 2B. So that's a 1/4 inch diameter with a 20 thread count. All right. And we can talk about those. We'll talk about those later. Let's just hit OK. We have one final hole to make. So we select our last point. We select hole. Let's go to the clearance hole. All right. Clearance hole is right here. Same thing. It's a clearance hole is designed to let hex bolts just go through of a specific size without catching on anything so that you can tighten it from either way. It clears a bolt. So regular hole, and we're just going to choose a clearance, and then we'll come back and select these. Regular hole, we're going to change it over to a clearance hole. All right. Let's look at our selections and see we're going to go a hex head bolt with a 1/2 inch size. So hex head bolt size is going to be 1/2 inch, normal fit, and we just hit OK. And there we go. So one last thing, if we really want to clear this up, right here where we have sketch 2, we right click on it. Let's turn the visibility back off. And now you can see all the different types of holes you created. And if you zoom in here, you can see the threaded hole. And that is how you create the circular plate with all of the holes.